Well, welcome again, everyone, to Antonio Bay.
Ooh.
This is Nick Michalak and Steve Frazier giving you the sultry sounds of John Carpenter's The Fog today.
I love this movie.
We are not Adrienne Barbeau, sorry.
We are not.
But hopefully you'll enjoy us almost as much. So, guys, if you got your own copy of John Carpenter's The Fog, you can turn on your subtitles and get your timestamp synced up to 0. And we'll give you a countdown to get going. So, 3, 2, 1, play.
Whoo! This is that new Scream Factory Blu-ray copy.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
I think this movie goes under the radar.
Yeah.
Here we go, open with a Poe quote.
Sounds like a pre-Elm Street.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I don't know how relative that is
No.
to the story here.
I don't know.
I feel like, as I was saying, this movie is kind of underrated.
Right, because, I mean, right before this is Halloween, then it's Escape from New York and The Thing. So it's kind of sandwiched in a lot of films that have gotten a lot more attention over the years.
And
a lot more storied things about it.
And I get it. This one is kind of silly. It was really kind of in the middle of a run of, not Carpenter, but a run of
Slasher.
Just, kind of churning out campy horror movies in the early 80s.
This one's a lot quieter of a film, too.
Yeah, it's not as in your face.
Yeah.
And any movie that opens around a campfire telling a story is awesome.
Yeah. It's a another Friday the 13th part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been stealing from John Carpenter, man.
Yeah, telling you. I don't know, there's a bit of nostalgia in this, because for some reason, I don't think kids today sit around a campfire and listen to
Ghost stories. Yeah.
They
got their iPads.
Right, and their Nintendo Switch. And it's like, no. Look at how intently these kids are listening to the old man tell the story of this ship. And all the men on board dying in the fog. Elizabeth Day is a good name for a ship.
Yeah.
And I think there's something fun about opening with a ghost story. Like, I don't know. Like, it's a way to do exposition without saying, like, okay, audience, here's what you need to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have two characters. Oh, don't you remember this story from way back when?
That they would already
have
know.
to reiterate something that the characters would already be aware of, which is like the first bad mark of a screenplay.
Right. God, that really grinds my gears.
Yeah.
On the 21st of April, this becomes believable then, because he's telling the story to kids who would not have already heard this story.
Correct.
Much like the audience, who has also not heard the story.
Yeah.
So that works.
Yes.
And we have this beautiful scenery here.
Oh yeah, they shot all this a little bit north of San Francisco.
Antonio Bay. Was he one of the first people to get his name above the title like that?
That I'm aware of, maybe. I mean, like back in the day, there'd be like like a producer's name, like Howard Hawks, but he wasn't the director of the films. You always call it like Howard Hawks is the thing, but he wasn't. He was a producer, wasn't a director.
Right. I just think that's interesting. It's John Carpenter's The Fog.
And there's John Carpenter right now.
That is John Carpenter right there. That's him. Little cameo.
Or the name of his wife at the time.
Adrienne Barbeau.
Which apparently was very difficult because you're still producing with Debra Hill, who we just broke up with. So you got the ex and the new girl on the same set together, which apparently was very
contentious.
Not so much contentious; it was just very awkward. Where there'd be like I think like Debra Hill and Jamie Lee Curtis were kind of like bonding together over that difficulty, and then you've got kind of segregation with all of Carpenter's friends, Tommy Lee Wallace and Nick Castle, these people, whatnot. So it was just kind of a weird social situation.
Interesting. I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah.
John Houseman.
Oh, nice shadow work there.
I love this guy.
Oh, Al Holbrook. Top level actor.
I have a little radio that's just like that. It belonged to my grandma. It's not that exact one, but it's
fairly similar.
Very, very similar.
Oh.
Look out, dude. Uh-oh. What's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, God. It's like this weird stone wall.
Just explodes.
Yeah. I wish sometime I could find a secret cubby hidden in a wall. And oh, 1880. When did this come out? Was it 1980?
1980.
Okay.
100 years.
100 years. Which feels like how old we are. Both born in 1980. Yes. We're as old as this movie. One of us older than April 30th, one of us not.
Oh. Crotchety old man.
I was going to say. Here's our boy.
Here's our man.
Tom Atkins.
Star of the show. Oh, Michael Hunsaker.
I love Michael Hunsaker.
Dr. Daniel Chalice. Names of legend.
I don't remember his name in Night of the Creeps, but I love that movie.
They're finally making an action figure for it.
I saw it. It's so good. It's so good. Are you a fan of Night of the Creeps?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
I need to.
It's got some real silly alien shit at the beginning and throughout, but oh, is it fun?
Because I think it's Fred Decker's involved.
It is.
So,
yeah.
So, I'm going to go for it.
So, we've got Carpenter at this point has his own little troupe.
Yeah. Totally.
You know, Loomis and Cyphers and Curtis and
he starts naming characters after them in this film.
Yes, he does.
Which is cute.
And this was only the second Carpenter?
The third one, Assault.
Oh, Assault. I always forget about Assault.
Well, there was Dark Star, but that is kind of here or there in terms of like there was a student film, then it turned into a feature film. In terms of like something actually produced as a theatrically released feature, yeah.
Oh, look at this prick. Look at this prick.
And he puts it back on the shelf, doesn't he?
God damn it.
Yeah.
One of my biggest fears. This is why they made those pop seals. Yeah, because of this asshole right here. Father Malone. Dean Cundy.
The master.
How many Carpenters have we done now?
We've done Halloween, The Thing.
This one now. This is it? The third? This is number 3?
I think it's only the third one, yeah.
Production design by Tommy Lee Wallace.
I mean, we've certainly talked about him plenty in like Halloween 2 and Halloween 3.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Wallace at this point, probably around this time, was being asked to direct Halloween 2.
Yeah, and saying
he turned it down.
No. Yeah.
Oh, not the Mountain Valley. See, this is what you get for putting the orange juice back on the shelf.
Yeah, apparently, supposedly, a lot of this whole sequence, whatnot, is kind of like done in reshoots.
Oh, really?
Because I guess Carpenter already put the film together. It's like 80 minutes long, and he didn't feel like it functioned very well, and he needed to add in more atmosphere to the film. So he did more stuff like this to kind of like...
Where was he 38 years later when Halloween came out?
It's like, oh, there's a paycheck? Damn right.
I mean...
That's why Carpenter usually doesn't give a crap when people are remaking his stuff. Because
right, he gets paid.
Because he usually wrote the original script and he gets royalties off it, so he doesn't give a shit. Except for Big Trouble in Little China, where he didn't write the script, and now he's all pissed off because no one gave a shit about the film in '86, and now they want to just make a sequel or something like that, or remake now.
And he wants to get his payday.
Yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
Like, fuck you.
So, we've definitely got some supernatural shit going on. It's a Pepsi machine. Nobody likes Pepsi. Charles Bornstein. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I can't think of where.
Bornstein.
But it sounds familiar.
Charles Bornstein.
And here's our Nancy Loomis, who at this point is married to Tommy Lee Wallace, the editor and whatever the other first one was. Yeah, definitely some weird shit going on around town here, huh?
Yes.
And it's 12:05, which is written by Debra Hill also. The story took place. The campfire story took place at 12:05, right? Is that correct?
Slightly before it.
Which is why everything is going haywire.
Well, I guess Bornstein also edited Halloween. He edited Howling 2, Return to Living Dead 2, Critters 2.
Oh, he gets all the twos?
Psycho 4.
Here he is.
Well, sometimes they come back, little king in there for you.
Well, sometimes they come back? He did that?
Yeah, editor.
Huh. I love that film. I rewatched it again on Netflix not that long ago. Here's a lost thing. Hitchhiking? Who does that anymore? And here we have... not a wig. I think. I think this might be her real hair. And we have Atkins with no mustache. Very bizarre. He's going to share his Budweiser with JLC. I would buy that this is Laurie Strode more than I would buy the gal from Halloween 2018 is Laurie Strode. If you haven't gone back and listened to that commentary in the archives, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, Bornstein also had some editorial work on Jason Lives.
Oh.
Assistant film editor on Close Encounters. He's had a few splashes here and there.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Look out. Oh, he yelled look out. I didn't know that was coming. That wasn't me. What the hell?
Stevie Wayne.
Stevie Wayne.
Adrienne.
I need to adapt that nickname. I got a lot of nicknames. I don't know if I can afford another one.
Yeah, I'd listen to the radio if Adrienne Barbeau was on it, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
radio's crap now.
She's got a good radio voice.
Oh yeah, smooth talking.
Although, I will say, I don't know if you want her on the phone overnight, because
Sleepy.
she'll put you right to bed.
Charles Cyphers.
Yep. It's so interesting to me, this whole troupe of actors.
Oh yeah, I love
and
it.
it's almost like an anthology movies. You know, it's like the same group in just a different mix-up of roles.
Well, I kind of did that too for a little while too. I was like,
well, yeah, I mean,
mainly because it was easier to just use the people I know.
Do what you
instead
know.
of going out looking for other people and going through weeks of fucking auditions.
Right, you just go.
Just call them up. And say, hey, yo,
you want to go again? Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, Carpenter don't want to sit in a fucking audition room for 10 hours.
No, who would?
I don't.
So, the seagrass. So, this small town America means that they're the only boat out on the water?
Music from the Coupe de Villes. That's Carpenter's band.
Oh, is it?
They did the theme song for Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, okay. That's a little toot toot.
Yeah.
Huh. So, this is kind of a fun little effect.
Yeah. A little bit of optical stuff in here for that stuff, in those effects.
I mean, it's probably just like a dry ice deal, but because it doesn't actually look like fog when you get later on.
Well, you look around, if you're getting a shot through the porthole, you can kind of see like the it kind of bleeding over into the frame of the thing. You can kind of see it.
Oh, I gotcha. On the edge of the porthole. Yeah,
I think it's actually slightly matted in or whatnot.
Okay. I just find it odd that they're the only boat on the water and the radio station is talking to them.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could have used a fog machine or something, but
yeah, well, they're definitely doing that back there on the actual set.
I mean, it feels like dry ice. That's a dry ice in reverse, right?
Yeah, that's probably. I think because dry ice tends to have a little bit more, you want to call it substance to it than just a regular fog machine, which can dissipate a lot.
And we got a little ghost ship here. And everybody's rocking a goatee.
You go manly facial hair there. And they're full on beards.
Oh, they are full on beards. They get thicker every frame. They did a good job here of having, the fog keep the characters in kind of a shadow.
Yeah.
And then you see this ominous thing. And they're like just there, and then
nice.
Hello. Like, this is so good. You know, the ghost ship pulls up, and in the fog, and here come the bad guys, whoever they are. Like, that's good. I like it. And then the fog rolls away.
Yeah.
It's clever. I don't know. I think it's clever.
Yeah. And there's such a quality about this film. Even though we're watching a Blu-ray and a high def and everything, it still feels
grainy.
It feels grainy. It still feels like an old VHS, like something you rented at the video store back in the day and watched it on a Friday or Saturday night. Just the way it's shot, the quality of how the photography is, the mood of it all just feels like that.
They don't make movies like this anymore because everybody wants to go fast and
slam bang into it real quick.
Crash TV.
Yeah.
Quick edits, jump scares.
Yeah.
Nobody slows down and tells a tale.
Not as much, no. It's very rare to find it.
And in a lot of ways the movie is set up similar to the ghost story around the campfire at the beginning. Like that, it's kind of a meta thing at the beginning. They're like, okay, we're going to physically show you somebody telling a campfire ghost story. And then over the next 90 minutes, we're going to tell you a campfire ghost story.
Yes.
That is, has a roller coaster effect of... No. Nothing beats Chicago, lady. Nothing. So, this is kind of interesting. What kind of a fog blows against the wind?
Yeah.
And they're setting up some kind of relationship between these two as well.
Yeah.
Oh, see, he just asked her to dinner. Well.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get a feeling that they maybe not actually met in person. They just had this over the phone thing going.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
I think,
which has a charm to it.
Agreed. Especially later on when it becomes clear that there's peril.
Oh, yeah.
And that they actually care. Whoa, speaking of the caring.
Yeah.
Boy, you just jumped right in the sack, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Tom Atkins, man. He gets them all, man.
That is true.
He's the ladies' man.
Look at that. She's just a whore. She will jump in bed with anybody that drives down the road. Good Christ. Close your legs.
This is before
right?
This is before Trading Places.
All right.
Where she's getting ready for Trading Places.
Well, see? She really is pretty.
Oh yeah, she's beautiful in this. I really like her look, her vibe.
Just in general,
because I guess after Halloween, she really just didn't. For a reason, the career didn't start clicking, and Carpenter felt a little bit bad that she really hadn't gotten anything out of the success of the film. So
she did Terror Train in between that and this, right?
Yeah.
And Terror Train is actually not that bad.
Yeah. But in terms of like launching a career like his is getting a lot of steam going, she really didn't get much out of it. So he pretty much wrote this role specifically for it, and you can tell. I think she was great in Halloween too, but I think this one also, she's got more to work with as a character. I think she's got a little bit more. I think it's a little bit more natural of her own personality that she's kind of expressing in this whole thing. Because remember, she was like wanting to be more like the Nancy Loomis character, or whatnot.
Right.
So this feels more in line with that.
We got a narrow escape here. Atkins almost bit it early.
That'd be a crime against cinema, man. You don't off Tom Atkins in the first act.
The clock stops at 12:05. Or I guess it wasn't 12:05. It was 1:05. I don't.
Yeah. Oh, it goes for the 1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. Your nightlight.
Your
That's so
nightlight.
good.
Yes.
That's so good. She's in a lighthouse. Oh.
I love the photography in this film, man.
Dean Cundy.
Cundy gets so much more to work with in this film. It's not little dark spaces here and there where you can paint it really well, but this is vistas all over the place, man. He's got a wide tapestry to just paint all over the place, man. It looks wonderful.
This really, in blue, like the difference between this scene and the boat scene is night and day.
Oh, yeah.
This looks crisp. It looks like we're here on the beach with this kid.
Yeah, because, I mean, it wasn't until when they did Escape from New York the following year where they got the high-speed lenses where they get a lot more light exposure into the film stock and everything.
Yeah.
So they didn't quite have that ability yet. So they couldn't get as clear of a nighttime image.
Are you telling me that this kid was fishing with a bobber in Antonio Bay?
It's like use that on a creek or something.
Right. This is a kid from the
From
the campfire at the beginning.
Yeah. Where they kept him very much
in focus, front and center.
Front and center, yeah. So.
And the board said Dane, which brings us back to, man, look at this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, this music, man. I love this.
Oh, the music.
Score in this film. For crying out loud.
Yeah, it's so good. Carpenter is...
I gotta grab this one, man.
Yeah.
Again, the cinematography, just the way he can just work with all this scenery, all this different stuff.
Through the window, in the house.
Yeah. He's got so much more to play with. You can see exactly why he started working with guys like Spielberg and Zemeckis and everything.
So now we know that this kid is little Stevie Wayne.
Little Stephen Van Zandt.
This kid's 10 years older than both of us.
At the time, yeah. It was weird because I was watching this, like, this kid seemed so familiar, but there was nothing in this. He doesn't have many credits. It's like there's a 30-year gap between his credits somewhere.
He does have a very familiar face, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's like I was like, I swear I saw something later in the decade or whatnot. I couldn't quite place it, but he wasn't anything on his resume, so he just got that look.
Get the gold coin. Just like a little Jew.
Yeah, she looks fabulous.
You're just only saying that because she's not wearing a bra. So, how interesting is it that this Jamie Lee Curtis character, who is hitchhiking, has now just buddied up?
Yeah.
And,
well,
I mean, like, it wasn't just a blow and go. It was like she's actually accompanying him on his errands.
Yeah, it's like I'm invested in your life now.
Right. Oh, let me partner along with you.
And it helps that it's Tom Atkins. So.
Well, of course it does.
It's like Tom Atkins picks me up. It's like, what do you want to do today? Well, sure, I'll go along.
I mean, it also helps that she's loose. Ashcroft. There's the old Phillips 76.
Lady Laura. Here we go. Janet Leigh and Nancy Loomis.
Janet Leigh. They've actually had quite a bit of screen time together, her and Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
And here we've got her leading the party planning committee. And I like that they saw it, but we didn't.
Yeah.
Good I feel like Nancy Loomis always plays the same character, though.
Yeah, she's just kind of like sick of this shit. A little attitudinal.
Yeah. The Jeep Wrangler's only changed a very little bit in the last 40 years. That might not even be a Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
It might be, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really tell what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at a Jeep Wrangler from like 25 years ago, and you can't tell the difference between that and the current one.
No.
If it ain't broke. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I think, I don't even know what I was going to say.
Again, it's got that real nice Northern California feel that we get in Halloween 3 as well. The wonderful plains and everything.
Atkins loves his Northern Cal.
Yes, he does.
Did they say how it is that Atkins knows the folks of the seagrass?
Well, I later on in the film, he does say that he just checked this out like a couple days, that boat a couple days ago.
Oh,
like he's like the safety guy or whatnot. He
okay.
does the safety checks and everything to make sure that it's seaworthy.
And her husband is somewhere on this boat? Is that what they're insinuating?
Maybe. Yeah. People not wearing seatbelts.
Nobody wore a seatbelt back in 80. Like, nobody. That's such an Annie thing to say. Tommy and Dick. That's Jamie Lee Curtis is standing around like, what do I do?
No idea what
do I do? I've never been on a boat. All I do is walk the streets and screw random guys. Great soundtrack.
Oh.
And this church is awesome.
Oh yeah, great. Yeah, whoever did the location scouting on this thing, man.
Look at those
Give
trees.
them a fucking raise.
Those trees are really cool.
Oh yeah.
And this is a nice tracking shot too. That
Oh yeah.
it's all one take.
She feels exactly like the film character in Halloween.
Yeah, it's the same character.
She's exactly the same attitude.
It could be the same character.
If she's still, she survived the film.
I mean, it's a great church.
Yeah.
And the name in the Bible or whatever, the book that he pulled out of the wall, also said Father Malone. FYI.
Yes.
Cundy is so good at these, like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
The light and the dark, and this is another tracking shot that was all one take.
Yeah, I mean, typically that's a lot of stuff used to just because of budget and time. If you could do it all in one shot instead of having to do 5 different setups,
right?
But you got to change the lighting, you got to stop and move things around. It's a lot easier to just do it as a big Steadicam track.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
and it looks so good.
It creates so much value for the film.
Well, I think it's a subtle thing that a lot of people don't notice.
Yeah.
Except people like us that pay attention to detail.
You know, like just a moment ago, we had the nice push and the movement. It adds so much to just the production value of a movie that you can just have a dolly track and use that here and there. Just add something instead of just like static shot. You just have a little bit of movement. It just adds that extra flavor of drama to it.
I mean, especially in the Halloween films, you know, you get the follow shots. Yeah. You know, a lot of people will do a point of view movement,
right?
But
to follow a character along specifically.
I don't know if it was if it was a Cundy, or if it was a Carpenter or whoever decided that was like the shot.
Yeah.
But it's unique, I think. At least at the time it was to follow behind.
Yeah, and it's kind of because I've made this comparison before, but if you look at like how they do the action in Escape from New York versus Big Trouble in Little China, where Big Trouble has a lot more budget. Escape from New York, they do a lot of just like everything in one shot, pan and glide city cam thing, where Big Trouble is a lot more setups and different angles and different shots cut together and everything. So you can see how Carpenter works differently when he has more money to him.
This is an interesting little caveat here that the Father Malone character is reading to us about the leper.
Yes.
They drink Budweiser? I would have been better, I thought, if he would have answered, what is Budweiser like, not drinking?
Like, take a pot shot at Budweiser.
Yeah. Like, maybe not a pot shot, but even explaining, you know, like, what's it like? Oh, well, it's got a lot of hops and... So Father Malone, the father or grandfather of this Malone, essentially murdered a bunch of people.
Stole their treasure
to fund the town that is now Antonio Bay.
Yes. Which is a really, really solid backstory, I'd say.
Yeah.
For this whole thing.
It's brilliant.
Make the town condemnable. Built on murder and thievery.
And at the same time, the juxtaposition of planning a town celebration.
Yeah. And finding out that he's going to say in a moment, you're celebrating murderers.
Right.
It's beautiful.
And
it's something that they would never want to tell the rest of the inhabitants of the town.
Right.
So how do you go forward with the thing knowing what you know, and how do you end up canceling it without telling them the truth?
Right. Or do you just lie? It's a no-win.
Right.
I'm forgetting what story this is.
The gold doubloon thing.
Atkins' own personal story of a mystery ship.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is his father's story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a wig. I think that's her hair.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, that's like another campfire ghost story.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
that's a mask.
Yeah.
Or bad makeup. And then in a lot of ways, this is yet another campfire story.
Yeah. Right. I like that they have the false scare, and then they have the real scare. I like that. Sucker punch him a little bit.
Well, you got to the end of the story. You didn't have to read any further.
There's not much of a story left.
That's
a wonderful line.
Oh, it's brilliant.
That's all the weight in the world.
I love this movie.
And it's wonderful that you've got this wonderful music, and so much of this is all just daylight.
This movie does take a lot of
music gives you atmosphere in broad daylight scenes.
That is something that's pretty hard to come by. Is a movie that, and here's a good look at this shot, the movement.
Oh yeah.
Just that little bit.
Yeah.
Scary movies don't usually take place in the middle of the day.
No. Again, this whole thing, just a subtle movement, the music, it just gives you a little bit of eeriness that something could happen now.
Well, maybe not that something's going to happen, but the fact that it
will happen, but it still maintains an ominous presence of something.
Right, like what you don't know what's going on. It's an ambiance. It's a feeling.
Location, man. Jesus Christ.
This is one of the best horror locations.
Eating up the candy, man. All the candy in the world, all the eye candy.
This still exists, I believe.
Yeah. These are locations I'd love to visit, man.
Yeah.
This would be wonderful.
There is an episode of Horror's Hallowed Grounds with Sean Clark on this.
On the disc, yeah. Scream Factory disc.
Yeah. What a great show. Sean Clark is a cool motherfucker. I've met him a couple times, and he's just awesome. And kind of a dream job. Like, he says, I'm just going to go film horror locations with my buddies, and turned it into, like, a really cool thing.
But this definitely feels like a soundstage here. Just a certain... At least down there, it definitely kind of felt like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's probable.
I think it would just be easier from the shoot inside of a soundstage where they could fly the walls around or whatnot instead of trying to cram everything into the actual location.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of access they had to the actual property.
Yeah. Look at all that vinyl.
Looks like my living room. I even have a couple of 8-tracks.
Huh?
That is kind of interesting that he couldn't bear the burden, and so he buried his sins in the wall. Like, that's kind of a neat little thing.
Yeah.
6 conspirators.
No,
and she's like, that's great, but I've got a party.
Yeah. And just think about burying something in the wall, just think of Cask of Amontillado.
Ooh.
From Poe. It's a great story.
You can tell that he's so troubled.
Yeah. I mean, and it's beyond just like learning the story. It's like, my grandfather did this shit.
Yeah.
And I followed in his footsteps, becoming a priest and everything.
Right. I wanted to be just like him.
Yeah.
That's gotta mess with your head a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
Especially for a man of the cloth. What's she got over here? Oh, it's you can't
Ovaltine.
even. Oh, is it? Ovaltine on the right, but she's brewing coffee though.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's good effect. I don't know how they managed that.
I don't either, but
Applaud that.
all the tapes are getting wet.
Oh.
Come on. Leaky wood. I can't tell if those are 8 tracks. I feel like they are. I think they're just commercials and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
It said 6 must die.
Yes.
Being the 6 conspirators that took down the leper colony or whatever they were.
Yeah.
I was trying to read the green coffee can to see what kind of coffee it was, but thought it might have been a can of Brim, which was a decaf coffee, but no, I don't think so. It ends in a B.
Yeah.
What kind of coffee ends in a B? Now I'm going to have to research this.
Green coffee can.
Green coffee can. Dear Google. Nah, I'll wait. How is Jamie Lee Curtis, the stranger on her way to Vancouver, not completely freaked out by the fact that she's A, with a stranger, B, on a boat, C, on a ship with dead people, D, had a dead person fall on her, and she's snuggling up to Atkins like she's known him her whole life. He has a Corey Feldman
a tad. Yeah.
bit to him.
A tad. Not as abrasive.
Oh no. No. I could hang out with this kid all day.
Yeah, I know how much you're averted towards Feldman.
I'm just saying. I don't know if it's his cadence.
Yeah.
But
He's a bit cuter though, man.
he's got the chubby cheeks,
Yeah.
She's really pretty though.
Oh yeah, she's
AB.
stunning.
Yeah, really doesn't. I've never seen a picture of Debra Hill, I don't think. I don't think I could pick her out of a lineup.
Yeah, she was a blonde.
Well, I'm pretty sure everybody named Debra ever has been a blonde.
Debra McMichael.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't think I'd pick Debra Hill out of a lineup.
Oh, she's passed now. She did pass. She.
Yes?
Yeah, I think she did.
Well, I definitely couldn't pick her out now.
Yeah. I think she passed.
I think so too.
I believe so. Let's throw a double check here.
Ask your friends at Google.
Yeah, 2005.
Oh wow, that was a long time ago.
There she is.
Oh yeah,
Okay, you've seen,
I've seen a. I know Debra Hill.
Like,
God,
she's been on.
She was my neighbor. What are you doing?
She's been on all the documentaries.
I know that woman.
She's in like every Carpenter documentary, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, she was banging him for a while until he left her for Barbeau.
Well, I mean, look at our Adrienne. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would have picked back then. I don't know when that photo was taken that you just showed me,
I'm
but
sure that was pretty late, and she passed in 2005, so she looks pretty much the same in that photo on IMDb as she does.
I feel like
most of the documentaries from like early 2000s.
Hill might have been younger than Barbeau. I don't know
Probably,
for sure.
yeah. I'm pretty certain she was. Adrienne was born in 45. And Debra.
Which only makes her 30, she's 35 in this movie.
Yeah, Adrienne is 5 years older than Debra Hill was.
Okay. So Barbeau, Stevie Wayne, is only 35 years old in this movie. She looks way older than that. Everybody in the 70s and 80s
yeah.
looked 10 years older than they actually were.
Yeah.
Like this guy on your left?
Yeah.
He's only 18.
He's 18. Atkins is like 22.
I don't know how old Curtis is. I think she was born in the 40s too.
Probably, yeah. I think her and Debra are about the same. Were born about the same time. Well, she was born 58.
Oh,
so
58.
58, so she was 19 when they shot Halloween. So
she's only 21,
8 years younger
maybe?
than Debra Hill was.
She's only 21 here, maybe, give or take?
Yeah, they're about.
At the filming? Oh, he's got a heart on back there. Oh, wait, no. No.
A lot of flannel in this movie, man.
Oh, everybody, Northern California flannel. Forget about it.
It's a cool breeze off the bay, man. If you don't San Fran know how cold it probably gets out there, man.
That's right.
Windy and I just want to get back to my city by the bay.
Oh. So we're to believe that the dead man has just gotten up?
Yep.
And then falls down 300 feet away from where you are started. What a beauty.
I don't care if these hairstyles are dated. I really like how Jamie Lee and Adrienne look in this film with their hairstyles. They look really... I don't know, it's very attractive to me.
The kind of feathered look?
Yeah. I kind of like it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It's got some volume to it.
You don't have to sell me shit about the 80s looks. I am with you.
Technically this is 79.
100, well, I suppose, but 79 was basically 80. Actually, that's not true. 80 was basically the 70s.
Yeah.
It took them a minute to catch up.
Yeah. But yeah, I just love it. It looks great.
Oh, she looks better here than she did with that stupid wig in H2. These great little shots of nothing. But when you put them together, there's such an ominous tone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just...
It's
just there's again, the presence in general.
It gave you the feeling of small town America, and at the same time gave you a feeling of abandonment.
Yeah, isolation.
Yeah. Why did that dead guy write a number 3 on the floor to indicate that he was the third victim?
Huh.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
He wrote a number 3.
Because there are 3 guys on the boat.
Right, so he'd be number 4.
Yeah.
No, there were 4 guys on the boat. If you recall, there was the one looking out the porthole and his 2 buddies behind, and then the guy upstairs that got it.
Oh, okay. All the beards kind of blend together.
Yeah, I get it. The chair lady. You see where Jamie Lee gets her good looks from.
Oh, yeah.
Because even at 60 or whatever, she's got a head of hair like Ric Flair.
Woo!
I don't normally pick mustache over no mustache, but I like Mustache Atkins better than no mustache.
It's not as bad as like when like Tom Selleck shaves it off, but
yeah.
So you ever see Burt Reynolds without a mustache? It's not
it's
complimentary.
not pleasing. No,
No.
It's not. Like Atkins can at least pull it off.
Yeah.
I just think he's so.
It's more character with it.
Yeah.
But I guess if he's doing a lot of smooching, it's
You
easier
gotta,
on the ladies.
yeah. You don't want to kiss a mustache.
Nah.
I mean, I know some people are
Whiskers
into that.
in the teeth and whatnot.
Ooh, that's gross.
No. I think it's soft and easy on Jake.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Speaking of soft and easy.
Indeed. Yeah, she's just stunning in this whole film, man.
See, that looks.
That's definitely an optical composite.
Yeah, that's not
super great.
It's like just light.
It's a little stuttery too, just slightly. With that big wide shot, there's no way you're going to be able to go out there and generate 3 square miles of dry ice.
Right. Yeah, you just can't.
Yeah,
I mean,
not practical.
her hair
Yeah.
is so perfect. I mean, it's bushy.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be some shit hidden in there. We don't know.
Fucking Ferris Bueller. She keeps pulling the pencils on her
There
hair.
you go.
Bird's nest in there or something.
Oh, he's being coy over here.
Oh,
Weatherman wants to dip the wick tonight with the radio lady.
yeah.
That looked optical
Yeah,
also.
yeah. It's like they split the screen or something.
Yeah.
So like pitch black on the right and
So it is interesting that she's telling this story to a complete stranger on the phone.
yeah. I guess it's like everyone's got a little piece of mystery. That's the kind of thing. I kind of like just having a horror movie with an ensemble like this. So you don't get that much anymore.
Has not been a lot of horror yet either.
Yeah, it's atmosphere.
We've really only had the killings on the seagrass.
Yeah,
and then
just few teases like
right,
Atkins
a couple
door
jump
and
scares.
Yeah.
Trying to understand what's happening.
Yeah.
So again, it's more of what you don't see, and people trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Than it is just a constant barrage of, I don't know, trying to make, something out of nothing.
Yeah. Trying to force the horror. So I mean, Carpenter didn't want to just go off and do another stabby flick after Halloween, which makes sense. You don't want to stick yourself in a corner.
Right.
You want to try something a little bit
slightly different.
Yeah, you want to show a little range.
And really, this is more of a ghost story.
Yeah. It's an atmospheric film, which Carpenter does. I mean, he showed he can do that on Halloween, and he's just kind of making that the main focus of the film.
That's a great old truck too.
Yeah.
It's an interesting ring she's got on there. And he's wearing a cable knit sweater. The lighting in this movie is so good.
Yeah.
I mean, even the way that the lighthouse is whipping around.
Yeah. I like it. The window in the back.
Yeah, like it's so fog machine.
Yeah,
like
it's billowing out so much.
Real fog doesn't behave like that.
I like the splash of color.
Yeah, I mean, it really gives it the supernatural.
Yeah.
Mr. Big Bad Weatherman. And this is the scene I was saying where you can tell that maybe she really does care for him.
Yeah.
Even though maybe they've never met.
Yeah.
That looks like Backdraft. There's a great movie. She's yelling through the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and the light, the on-off.
Yeah.
Looks like he's standing in an elevator. You're right, the light goes from blue to purple to green.
Yeah.
He's in orange.
Oh.
And the hook right through the throat.
You give him a hook.
I was gonna say, wouldn't she hear him gurgling? And then they're gone. Like, again, it's what you don't see.
Yeah.
That's so much scarier. I can't tell which way the fog is moving.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it's supposed to be like. And that's her vantage point, right? And the town is down in where the fog is.
Yeah.
So why is the fog not in the whole town?
Yeah.
There's only like 40 people in the stands.
Yeah.
How big is this town? Is it worthy of being called a town if there's only 40 people?
Kale 5. Should have done the Kale 5.
Klondike 5! You missed it!
Come on.
Come on, Carpenter.
We gotta keep this thing
You're
going.
supposed to Klondike 5.
We're supposed to keep this thing going if the screenwriters won't cooperate.
We'll get there. Klondike 5. Oh, the fog.
there you go.
Fog goes straight up the telephone pole. Goodbye. Goodbye. So, what people don't... people nowadays don't actually have telephones. That was something that you used to do, like if you couldn't hear or whatever, they'd just rap tap tap on on the receiver of the button.
Yeah.
You know, kind of that. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Can't do that on the cell phone.
No,
anymore.
you can't. It doesn't have that little dial.
Bang it on the table.
Bang your phone on the. They'd push that receiver down, which is essentially hanging up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, how you'd click over to a call waiting by pushing that down.
Yes.
Like one click for the other line.
Yes.
I miss real phones. I really do. I know we're dating ourselves, but we're the same age as this movie, goddammit. Actually, I don't know when the movie was released.
It was released, I think, in February.
February of 80?
February 8th, 1980.
Okay. So we're only about a month behind here on the
anniversary.
On the recording of this. So here comes the fog. She knows some shit's about to go down. She's worried about her kid. Like,
generator.
Pull it. Yank it. Yank it. I mean, we've all been in the backyard with a lawnmower and know what this is like, right? Oh, that old trick where you put a little wax on the plate and then shove your candle down in it. Oh, that's a grandma trick if there ever was one. The water cooler's broken there on the left. This truck is from 1948. We got another main character kid named Andy.
Andy.
That's a great location too, and they have it lit so perfectly.
Fantastic.
Here comes the fog machine. Like, it's really cheesy, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a cool story. When the fog comes, the ghosts come.
Yeah.
Like, I like it, even if the fog looks stupid.
I mean, they could have maybe shot it like slow motion or whatnot if they were that concerned about it.
Clearly, they weren't.
No, they weren't. Billowing.
Yeah, like fog doesn't do that.
No, it don't.
$887. Let's see, what is that on? I gotta look it up.
KL7.
I gotta look up 887. Telephone pad. We got a TUV and then the PQRS. So, I don't know. Let me come up with a bunch of words. Also, kind of interesting how quickly her character has broken down from professional, like, DJ to screaming about her own personal life on the open air.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it really shows...
The change in times.
Right, yeah. Uh-oh. Cobritz or whatever your name is.
Cobritz.
Don't do that.
Cobretti. The Antonio Bay Cobra.
Antonio. Oh, God.
Stallone is the babysitter.
Oh. Stallone is the fog. Uh-oh, Mrs. Cobritz.
It was like the fog came out. I decided to go out and kill a couple of people,
I'm good now.
Adrienne!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Adrienne's in the movie.
Adrienne. Yo, Adrienne.
Yo, Adrienne. How you like this fog, eh?
Can we get some Photoshop of Stallone with a hook?
Stallone is the Candyman.
I just rewatched Candyman not that long ago. It's good stuff.
Like, see my 50 times. I show up, eh? Alright, that's enough. That's enough.
Oh my God. So, the ghost... Oh, Nick Castle heard the radio call. Is that he? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And took him out just in the Nick Castle of time, huh? Rimshot? No.
Okay,
all right.
one more. Foggy Balboa.
All right.
Foggy Balboa. Okay, I get that one.
Well, no wonder you hitchhike everywhere. You don't know how to drive, you stupid bitch. I love the hook zombies in the shadow. The silhouette with just the hooks. Like, it's so simple, right?
Yeah.
So simple. Like, John Carpenter is the ultimate in what you don't see is scarier than what you do.
Yeah.
We don't know the details of what these people look like, and we don't have to.
No.
We just know that they're scary as fuck, and they got a hook. And if you're in the fog, then you're gonna die.
And this is where Carpenter started working with Rob Bottin before the thing. He worked on a lot of the makeup effects work in this, and I think he played one of the pirates in the film.
Oh,
Those
really?
Pirates, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Everyone's got their little candle, almost like it's a vigil.
Because the power went out, they lit all the candles, despite the fact it seems like very strong moonlight.
It is very strong. Everyone is so well lit.
Yeah. It's like you don't need candles. You can see it just fine.
Yeah, that's part of the problem, is because when they're all holding candles like that, it looks like a funeral.
Yeah, a vigil.
I have to get a paycheck to pay for your Cheerios.
I have to wonder what else the character does for a living that she can afford both a house and a lighthouse.
Well, I love this jagged, blown out windshield from the other night at 12:05 when everything just kablooey. I mean, how crazy would it be? Just, I'm thinking about this as somebody, and I don't live in this small of a town.
No.
I live in a pretty big town.
Yes, you do.
However, to turn on the radio and hear a local station say, like, even, let's say, take a Chicago radio station, to hear the DJ not be broadcasting sports radio or pop songs or what have you, but instead be saying things like, it's heading down Michigan Avenue. And you're like, wait, what? It's crossing the river.
Yeah.
It's going down Lower Wacker. You're like, wait, what? Like, I'm scared just thinking about the radio telling me names of streets. You know what I mean? Like, this is a scary thing. And what's kind of cool is that the radio DJ has kind of become the narrator of our campfire tale that is this movie. This movie's fucking brilliant, okay? How many times do I have to tell you? Oh, we can immediately are on the road to the old church right now.
That red vinyl interior.
She hasn't had any scenes with Jamie Lee yet, right?
No,
in this?
Not at all.
And he's drunk.
Of course he's drunk.
Well, yeah. And you know, to him it's just
the inevitable.
It's the karma of you know, sins of the father kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and really, like you've got this really cheesy effect of the fog. But it doesn't even matter because the story is so fun.
Well, it's like Jaws. I mean, the shark doesn't look that great, but the whole movie just works so well and uses it well enough that you overlook it.
Yeah. I mean, this looks like horse shit. And it looks even worse in HD. I mean, not worse, but like it looks even
less convincing.
Right. Like this really looks
like the aliens coming in from Close Encounters.
I mean, it's bizarre.
It's cheesy.
But
I mean, they had like $1 million on this movie, so I mean, for that,
like they've even if it's cheesy fog, they've conditioned me to know that effect, whatever it is, means that death is coming.
Yes.
And so, therefore, I'm afraid of it. And Tom Atkins is really just the coolest guy of all time.
Yeah, he's a take charge type of guy, man.
I've met him a couple times. And the time that I actually was getting ready to have him sign an autograph, which was the second time that I met him. It was the end of the day at a convention. Yeah. And he was actually packing up, and I was like, "Hey, do you have time for one more?" He's like, "I'm packing up. I'm sorry." And then I said, I was kind of disappointed. He's like, "Well, did you know like what you wanted or whatever?" And I said, "Yeah, I was just going to get this. It's a black and white headshot of his." Probably mid-'80s. Yeah. And he goes, "Okay." And I said, "I was just watching Night of the Creeps like last night, and I was kind of talking about Night of the Creeps." And he gets the pen out and he writes, "Happy Halloween" on the 8x10. Because he was in a hurry. And he signed it. And I was like, at first I was pissed. I was like, I get it. That, like, this might have been a Halloween 3 headshot. Right. That's fine. Yeah. But that's not what I was just talking to you about, sir. But at the same time, I still felt like it was really cool because I don't know. I associate him with Halloween 3. Yeah. You know, maybe even more than Night of the Creeps, but it just and initially it gave me pause, and then I was like, yeah, I'm down. This is really cool. Okay.
And plus, I mean, maybe on the fly, just can't remember a quote of anything to throw on it from another movie.
Like, this is really cool with the stained glass, the zombies breaking through, or lepers, or whatever they are.
Ghost pirate lepers.
Ghost pirate lepers, that's right. Let's be accurate about it, huh? And so did they... Oh, this is the gold that they stole. Yeah. So, in fact, the money wasn't actually used to fund the town. It was forged into this and put in the wall of the church. Yeah. So really, they just want their gold back.
Yeah. It's like a Leprechaun movie.
Uh-oh.
This fucking score, man.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Fucking relentless,
it's so good. Yeah, get that crucifix out of there. Yeah. That gold has got to weigh 200 pounds.
Fucking hell. It's a hernia.
There's no way that old man Malone is carrying.
Especially if it's a solid gold one. It's not like hollow inside. If it's just...
Well, yeah, it's a solid gold cross. I'm telling you, that thing weighs 200 pounds. If it weighs an ounce.
Except on solid gold.
Father Malone.
Father Malone and the Malone Dancers. And number 1 hit. Oh, that's just fantastic.
It's so good. And it's almost like the glow is talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the lighting is really cool. Like, again, we're not saying it's not cheesy, because it totally is.
But it's fucking Dean Cundy. Of course it looks good.
It looks amazing. And she's trying not to fall into the fog where she knows she's going to die. And she's like at the very last stop here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
Oh, the eyes.
Yeah.
And again, there's that whole sins of the father thing.
Yeah.
And he's going to martyr. And the red coming off the eyes.
Yeah. I like even the Blu-ray that you're still not seeing that much of the makeup. They're still keeping enough of it hidden.
And how great is it that he says, I'm Father Malone,
Yeah.
I'm the sixth conspirator. Oh my God. Like, John Carpenter is a genius. And Debra Hill, I think, also.
Yeah. She had a lot to do with a lot of those films.
Even if she was... Oh, look out.
Ah.
Even if she was, just... This is the other woman. So, oh.
There we go. A little bit.
Little
bit of something for you.
Just to give you a smidge right at the very end here.
Just to get you curdling a little bit.
But I feel like if they'd have shown him completely, it would really ruin the effect.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That is a really cool effect. Just the lighting.
Yeah.
All this is done with lights.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing else to this
Yeah.
than lights and good acting. I mean, it's cool. What a fun story. I can't put this movie over enough. Curtis half hanging out a window. Is it over? I think it's over. What does that say? A-G-L-T Rue? Atkins saves the day again. Actually, Malone really saved the day. He's our hero.
It's almost so weird because you do so many slasher films to see so many people so alive at the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, we only really killed off like five or six people. Yeah.
And I mean, it's interesting. I mean, they kind of go, the ghosts go for pretty much whatever's in reach of them, but we only get the people killed who are actually the conspirators.
Right.
So at least keeps it a little bit more focused towards that end. This doesn't come random.
How were the Seagrass people conspirators?
I don't know.
Yeah, me either. Maybe they weren't.
Well, again, it's probably lineage and everything like that.
Could be lineage. Speaking of lineage, I don't know if Lee Curtis and what's her name have said 2 words to each other.
And Janet.
And here's these same small town shots.
Yeah. Or just reverse the film stock.
Basically.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So peaceful. But nothing will ever distress. And here we got our campfire storyteller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect.
It's beautiful.
It's such a perfect, it's a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Hal. That's an underused name nowadays, don't you think?
Yeah.
Nobody names anybody Hal.
Hal.
Is that short for something?
I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
Harold? Is it Harold?
Maybe.
I think Hal is short for Harold. I don't know why, but it's one of those weird...
Possibly, yeah. It's like how Jack is short for John, but they're the exact same length of a word.
Well, yeah. Or how we got Dick out of Richard. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Dickard.
One of those...
There we go. Not done with you yet.
Ah.
I like it.
Oh.
Oh.
Post Malone. According to our friends at Google,
Yes.
Hal is a nickname for Henry, Harry, and Harold.
Okay.
What did I say? Did I say Harold?
Harold.
Okay, so I was right.
Yeah.
But also Henry and Harry, which I don't
Seems
know.
odd.
Famously used by Shakespeare in King Henry IV as the name of King's son, the future Henry V. I always thought Harold, but I don't know. I just like Hal. I think Hal's a good name.
Yeah.
Tommy Wallace, one of the ghosts.
Lee Sachs.
Huh.
Bravo team.
So you just Christopher Cundy, one of the children.
Huh.
Look at that. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You just watched this for the first time recently.
Yeah.
And I know that I've really been yelling about how great it is, and you've been just kind of agreeing. What were your initial thoughts when you saw this thing?
I like the atmosphere. Again, the soundtrack is fantastic.
I love the
I love the
soundtrack.
The general feel of the movie, like I said, it just feels like something you would have rented back in the day on VHS. It still has that feel, that vibe, the ambiance of it. Just has that sensibility about it that I just really enjoyed the heck out of it.
I think it holds up really well. They did remake it.
Yeah.
2006, 7, 8, somewhere
around that range.
It's so bad. It's
heard.
not. Just please, if you're listening to this, don't get the remake.
Yes.
Do not. Basically, like any remake, anything that was good about it, they tried to turn up the volume on, and it loses everything that was good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just not. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been a fan of this movie for a really long time. I think the Cundy Carpenter combo is just brilliant.
Superb.
I mean, it's one of the best duos.
Yeah.
Like long-term duos.
Yeah.
I think they just they understand each other.
Yeah.
I
mean, even when Carpenter and him parted by Prince of Darkness, everything still looked like a Carpenter film, but you look at these things, you just see what Cundy does. There's so much more kind of nuance to what he does with everything he shoots, with the lighting and the movement and everything.
Yeah. So good.
I mean, all these films, Halloween and this film and Escape and Thing, even Halloween 3, they do feel so much of the same vibe overall.
They really feel like they're part of the same universe.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I hate using that term in the days we live in, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we've done a couple of back-to-back Curtises here, and I'm going to say that I like this one better.
Yes. This is very, very enjoyable.
Oh, dear. Yeah. So, all right, well, leave us some comments and let us know. We've got some other stuff lined up, but, hey, if you have suggestions, we're always open to those, too.
Yeah. We realize we haven't done enough Carpenter yet, so
I don't know. Yeah.
We got to hit up some other stuff.
We got to do some more.
Something up here and there. But thanks, guys, and we'll be back with more great stuff soon.
All right. See you later.
Bye-bye.